Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to have a little bit of a look at the most valuable cards, the most expensive cards from Shiny Treasures EX. As I said, has just come out in Japan, so that means that packs are being opened, cards are being sold, and we can have a good old chat about it. And there's a couple of things before we get to the actual top 10 list. We need to point out gold cards are not holding value. Bearing in mind this is day one, right? So day one, we're expecting prices to be quite high and to come down over time. Miraidon is the most expensive of the gold cards at 3,000 yen. That's it. 3,000 yen for the most expensive gold card that we've actually got here, which is crazy cheap. I mean, here we're talking about, well, roughly 20 bucks. In fact, almost exactly 20 bucks. Which, fine, for a single card is all right, but it's nowhere near this list. And again, we're talking like day one, day two. We're talking early prices here. These prices are going to come down over time. This is very, very cheap. And we could say the same thing about Shiny EXs. They are not really holding any value. Charizard is the number 2 at 3,000 yen, exactly the same, incidentally, as the Gold Miraidon. There is one higher than that, and it's Gardevoir, which is 4,000 yen, which isn't exactly a huge amount more, honestly. 4,000 yen, you're talking about $27. It's really quite cheap. So your Shiny EXs and your Gold EXs just not holding any real value. In at number 10, we've got the regular Shiny Mimikyu at 4,500 yen. So 4,500 yen, you're talking around about, well, pretty much exactly 30 bucks for a regular Shiny. And again, I expect this to come down over the next couple of weeks. But the idea that gold cards don't go on there and Shiny EXs don't go on there, but yet all of a sudden we got some regular Shinies that do. And one of the explanations is, as I showed you yesterday, there are 129 regular shiny Pokemon in this set. That is a lot. They are 2 or 3 per box. Which means that actually trying to get the exact one you want is kind of annoying at times. And maybe that helps to explain it. And it's a good Mimikyu. It's the Safeguard Mimikyu from Scarlet and Violet. No, from Paldean Evolved. And it's a cool card. And it sees some play, and it stops damage from EXs and all of that. It is a card that sees a bunch of play. We saw it at Regionals recently in LAIC. It's a good card. And it's a shiny version. But honestly, my theory here is very much there's 129 of them, and it's actually really annoying to try and pull the exact one that you want. Plus, it's Mimikyu, and everyone loves Mimikyu. In at number 9, we got this special art rare of Arven, the first special art rare supporter card that was actually shown off. And here, I mean, look, Arven is actually a very good card. Lets you go and grab an item card and a tool, which is pretty cool. And this is a special illustration rare version of it. And that's kind of awesome, honestly. This is lovely. It's a cool card. And, you know, you've got an actual one thing that's really cool here, which I don't know if I've told you before. The Pokeball is upside down here, but if you play the game, Arven actually holds the Pokeball upside down, which is actually kind of a nice little Easter egg. So, yeah, that kind of explains it. Oh, I haven't told you. It's 5,000 yen. So, 5,000 yen. It's only a tiny bit high. You're talking about $34. Also at 5,000 yen or $34, in at number 8, we've got Clive. This is one of my chase cards for the set. I think this card is absolutely stunning and beautiful and awesome, and I love it. This is one that I really, really, really want to get my hands on as soon as possible. This is a special illustration rare, like I've said, and it's basically just lovely artwork, very stylized, with just a whole bunch of Easter eggs for Gen 9 just hidden in amongst here. And, you know, you've got people like Penny on the artwork and a bunch of the other characters, which is awesome. And this to me seems like a pure artwork thing. Like the card itself, you look at your opponent's hand, draw 2 cards for each supporter card they've got in hand. I mean, it's not exactly great, but that's not really the point. This is just a beautiful, beautiful card. In at number 7, we got a bit of a jump coming in here now to 8,000 yen. We've got the special art rare of Nemona. Remember, there is a full art as well. The full art does not make this list. We are talking about the special art rare. And it's Nemona looking cool, throwing a Pokeball. There is a shiny Pawmi on there as well. And also, I just love the detail in this set. Like, it's a shiny Pokemon set. So they put a Pawmi onto the Nemona card, but obviously it's going to be a shiny Pawmi, because why would it not be? This comes in at 8,000 yen, incidentally, which means you're talking $54, so still not horrendous. And honestly here, this is because the artwork is cool and people love Nemona. Because, look, it's your classic draw-free card that nobody ever plays in any deck, ever. It's terrible. That's a lie. I've seen it. I've seen these draw-free played very occasionally, but they're generally terrible. So yeah, no. We've even got an item card this time round, Nemona's Backpack, which will let you go and get a couple of them from the discard pile, which is lovely. No. There we go. Coming in at number 6, we've got the artwork rare of Mimikyu. Yeah, apparently people are loving Mimikyu in this set. This comes in at 8,500 yen, so you're talking somewhere in the region of $57. It's the best. It's the only artwork rare in the set that makes the list, incidentally. The others do not get on here. And I really do think this is as simple as people just like Mimikyu. Like I told you about the shiny a minute ago, and I told you about the fact that it's a playable card and all of that, but really, this is just people love Mimikyu. Do remember that this one is actually coming in Paldean Face as our Elite Trainer Box promo. That has now been confirmed and all of that, which is lovely. And yeah, this is a top 10 card in the Japanese set, and we're just getting it as a promo, which is honestly really kind of cool. I love it when they do stuff like that. Long may it continue. In at number 5, we've got ourselves Shiny Pikachu, and there is a big jump here, all the way up to 22,000 yen. This one seems a little bit unsustainable to me. Remember, there was one other regular shiny on the list. It's Mimikyu at 4,500, and then the other one is Pikachu at 22,000. That seems high. That seems really high, but as I record this, not only is it being listed for that price, it is selling for that price. This is a legit, just ridiculously expensive card. People love Pikachu. And, 22,000 yen, I never actually told you what that was in dollars, did I? How rude of me. I do like to pride myself on the details occasionally. 22,000 yen is $148. Just a tiny shade below $150 for a regular shiny. But having said that, there's 2 or 3 of these per box, and there's 129 in total. If there were 3 per box, and there aren't, and you assume an even distribution, that's 43 boxes before you get a Pikachu. Some boxes, it seems to be that one of the shinies is taken out for an artwork rare, which is why it's not always entirely even. So, honestly, you should be expecting to buy more than 43 boxes to pick one of these up. But then again, none of the other shinies are getting up to this kind of price. It is literally just, all of them are kind of awkward to pull if you want a specific one. And of the specific ones you might want, Pikachu is the best one. There we go. Pretty close. In at number 4, we got the special art rare of Penny, which is coming in at 24,000 yen, which is just over $150 here. You're actually looking at 162. There's several things to like about this. One of the things to like about this is it's got an Umbreon on. And that is honestly one of the biggest issues here. One of the biggest things here is the fact that there's an Umbreon on here. And people love Umbreon. Umbreon is one of the most popular Pokemon around. It's an evolution, but it's the most popular of the evolutions. And evolutions generally are pretty popular. And yeah, that is going to give you your explanation here. And Penny's a good card, don't get me wrong. Sees a bunch of play, lets you pick up one of your Pokemon. It's a good card that finds its way into a bunch of deck lists. But when we're talking about this kind of price here, this is not because of playability. This is basically people going, Penny's awesome. Oh my goodness, there's an Umbreon. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your explanation. In at number 3, very similar again, we've got Gardevoir, the special art rare, that comes in at 25,000 yen, which is $169. And here, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Again, Gardevoir, one of the best cards in the set, one of the best decks in the set. Gardevoir is an absolute monster. It's running around just all over the place, doing great in every tournament. Gardevoir is awesome. But Gardevoir is also super popular, and that's your explanation. People really like Gardevoir. Gardevoir is a very cool Pokemon. And, I mean, the artwork here, you've got your Wooper chilling in the pool. You've got your Pilot Pachirisu sitting at the front, which is adorable. And that's why this gets so high. And honestly, you could have guessed number 1 and 2 before even watching the video. In at number 2, another big jump. We have got the special art rare of Charizard, which is coming in at 45,000 yen. I told you this one will be out of my price range. That's $304, just a shade over $300. And it's a lovely Akira Igawa Charizard. It is a Charizard with a very low pull rate and cool artwork. Yes, Akira Igawa did already do a very cool Charizard. In Obsidian Flames, Akira Igawa, the artist, did in fact do that special art rare as well. That was beautiful. I think this one might be better, honestly. And of course, Charizard, like Gardevoir, is also one of the best decks in the game right now, seeing a huge amount of play, huge amount of success. But let's not pretend it's anything other than the fairly obvious it's a Charizard. Charizard, where available, is always one of the most expensive, one of the most sought after, one of the most popular cards in the set. It really is as simple as that. You're going to be very happy if you pull one of these from your box. But not as happy as if you pull Iono. Yeah, that's right. Iono is back, and Iono is number 1. And incidentally, it's not even close. As I record this, 85,000 yen. That is $573. That is a huge amount of money. I adore this card. I think the artwork is amazing. But like the Charizard, if I'm going to own this card, I'm going to have to pull it from a box. Because there ain't no way I can afford this card just to go out and buy the single. Cannot justify spending this much money on it. Though it is absolutely stunning. Is it better than the other special art rare Iono? I honestly do think so. I prefer this new artwork. But either way, we've now got 2 of them. And weirdly, there is a playability thing going on here with Iono, because it's a staple in like every deck. And people are going to want this, and because it's in every deck, sometimes like some of the supporters get silly, but playability seemingly does pump trainer cards up in value in a way that it struggles to do with Pokemon. So yeah, good luck. And if you pull one of these, yeah, I'm very jealous of you. Unless I also pull one, in which case we can high five and be friends. But that's what you need to know, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the most expensive cards from Shiny Treasures EX. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me which of these cards you're excited about. Tell me which of these you like. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. Oh, and get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Uncle Poker Peter, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.